Hello, my name is Jimmy Coville, and this is James Caldwell and Aundrey Caldwell, and they're brothers and sisters. And we all went to Haiti together, and we would like to dedicate this talk to the people of Haiti, and and for the hope that they have at this time, because we believe in that God can transform a nation, and we believe that there's a potential that can and will happen. And I'd like to start my first question. I'm going to be the interviewer, and I'd like to ask if either of these two would like to comment. How is Haiti different from like the media? You know what I mean? The media's impression of it, and like how was it actually being there? You know what I mean? If either of you would like to answer that question.
Well, I guess I would like to say that, before I went there, there was a lot of scare, and people thought that I was crazy to go. And, all the little travel warnings say, don't go, this place is diseased, and it's dangerous, there's earthquakes and hurricanes, and just all types, it's an unstable environment where there's fighting, and, this is a really unsafe place. That's what I think the media portrays it as. When really, when you get there, you find that the people there are just really kind and loving, and just like in any other place you go, there are a few, there's things that go on, just like crime and things that happen here in the United States. But there, people are really, all trying to establish a good, stable, safe life. That's what they want to, and it was just really surprising. I just felt like everybody had the completely wrong idea. And just to be able to go through and have people think that I was crazy to want to go, and I can't believe you're going, and be as safe as you can, all this build up towards this dun 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 dun, and then I get there, and it was just this amazing, beautiful place that, who wouldn't want to go there, I guess? I don't know, what would you like to say?
I could definitely agree with that. The beauty that nation has, but with the people and just with the nation itself, the land, they have had, their forests and stuff lumbered off years ago, but it is a beautiful country, and you don't catch that from what you see on the news, and it's pretty sad because when I was there, I was just amazed. There was one spot where we actually got to go out to a beach, and it was one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever seen in my life, and you don't get that on the news. You get a lot of fear, you get a lot of hype, and you don't get personal with people either. You just get a lot of fear, and so we kind of want to get personal with some of the people we met, and share some stories as well.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed as well is the children there. They have so much fun. They don't play video games like they play here, and a lot of times I forgot who was rich and who was poor because of the contentment and the amount of fun that they had when they were playing soccer and games like that. And that was really inspiring to me, and that's really contrasts how the media over the TV views them, and they really loved Americans. When we were in a vehicle or something, like all the people would be waving at us and looking at us and welcoming us. And I know the travel advisory in the United States recommends that people don't go to Haiti at all because of the infrastructure. And we just went in faith because we knew that was what God was calling us to do. And another question I would like to ask is what was like the atmosphere? And either of you two could answer that, and I'll answer some of that of what I've experienced and what you two have experienced.
Just to reiterate, the question was, what was the atmosphere like in Haiti for us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was a different atmosphere because it was very hot. And I remember the place we were staying at 10 o'clock, the electricity went out, and we had to have a battery fan over the top of us in our bed, and we had to have a mosquito net. And it was so hot that if you didn't have a fan, you could not sleep in the bed. And I remember actually some of James's fans breaking and him giving it to some of the other guys from Haiti that were staying in our cabin, and they claimed they could fix them. And I bet they learned to fix them because it was so hot in there, and all the fans and electricity was out, and the mosquito net. If you slept touching the mosquito net, the mosquitoes would bite right through the net, and we had to have like a high-powered D. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And there was another guy in particular that it was so hot out there when we'd load the clothing and do the work that he'd overwork himself. Remember that? And we had to watch him and that sort of thing.
Yeah, there was a girl who was slept up. Her hand was up against her mosquito net, and right when I got there, the day that we got there, this girl's hand was completely swollen, and she was leaving the next day or within the next couple days, and she had something like 25 mosquito bites on one hand. It was pretty crazy. You know. But yeah, it was really hot. I mean, I think the heat index is like 105. It's 100% humidity.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times there's no shade. Not a lot of wind. You gotta drink a lot of water. But and a lot of the work that we did, which I know was kind of adjustment for me, was you don't sleep a lot there, and then you get up and you do hard, manual labor all day. It's all day, every day for the whole duration of their trip. And I mean, granted, it was really fun, and I had a great time doing it and meeting and interacting with the people, on the base and off the base. But I was hauling things and painting and cleaning and mopping and taking down these heavy tents, and it did a number on all of us. I think it definitely wore us all out, and you have to come mentally prepared for that. I think you can't just jump into something and expect to get it all done if you're not prepared for that, which I don't even know if I was prepared for it, but once you get there, you kind of have to get prepared for it.
Mm-hmm. I think you're hitting a key point too. I mean, with the manual labor and a lot of the hard work. But I think what was kind of neat for us was our group was able to come in to the St. Mark Youth with a Mission base and really come alongside of them, and they had been working for 8 months straight since the earthquake happened in January, and we were able to alleviate some of the responsibilities while we were there. And we just want to make that point really to the viewers that, if you get an opportunity to go, even short term, to help, it really does help the long-term workers. It alleviates some of the pressures from them, and they've been going non-stop since the earthquake. So.
And I remember one time I was drinking a pop, and the pop had they filled the bottles up there, and I don't know how this happened, but like a bunch of bugs got in my 7-Up, and they ended up giving me another one, and it was like, it wasn't that bad, but everyone said it was badder than it really was, and it was hard for me to get used to eating the food there, and
yeah, the food is hot.
And there were several times we actually left the town and saw how the people in Haiti really lived, and I remember walking on the streets, seeing the vendors and just how the people lived, and I remember saying, I've never seen nothing like this before. There's an atmosphere to it and experience to it that, like pictures that what we'd see in the United States just can't describe. I would say that it would take like a painting almost to describe it even closer. And another question that I just thought of is, after going to Haiti, how does it change the way you two look at the world and the United States and what we have here?
Well, I don't know. I was just thinking when you said, everything's kind of like you'd have to have a painting to describe it. I mean, so much of going there isn't just looking at everything. It's the smells, the noises, the dust, the heat. I mean, there's so many sensory things going on. And like you said, you walk the streets and there's fires burning, and there's sewage and there's trash and these really intense smells. And the meat market was, they don't have coolers or refrigerators. So even back to the question you just asked, to be able to walk into the meat market and see, to see how they dispense their meats there is very unlike ours. We have processing plants, we have people packaging it, it's always kept refrigerated, and this is just, right off the animal. And then if it's not sold in time, it starts to rot and it smells. And, just to back to your question, to view the world, at first I'd say, it makes you really grateful for what I have here. Completely and utterly, but then it also gives me this full respect and understanding of, maybe, there's two completely different extremes. Like there's Haiti and then there's like America, and there's so much here that we don't need, that's, just become a part of our lives that doesn't really benefit you in any way. And to me, it's almost, the quality of life there, I wouldn't say is any less than anybody here in the United States. I'd almost say that it's better, because they have a more genuine understanding of what real life is and what you really have to deal with on a day-to-day basis to be completely human. And it just really humbles you to be there. And but it's also so fun at the same time. Yeah.
And I definitely think that's true, definitely with the simple things in life and how they enjoy them, and how really material prosperity really doesn't matter in the long run. And one thing I am thankful the U.S. is, when there is a disaster like that, the U.S. is like the first to go and help the weak and the needy, and I'm very thankful for that.